What's up, EW crew? Today, we're taking a look at cases with unexpected and surprising twists. Some of these cases are so unbelievable that you just may think they are from a movie script rather than real life. But each and every one of them is 100% true. Our first case is shocking and complicated with more twists than you will ever see coming. As a teenager, Sharon Marshall was a brilliant student with a full ride scholarship to study aerospace engineering at Georgia Tech, dreaming of working at NASA. But Sharon was hiding a secret pregnancy. She gave the baby up for adoption and moved to Tampa, Florida with a man named Delano Floyd. There, she became an exotic dancer and had another son, Michael, while living with Frank in a complicated, non-romantic arrangement. Sharon befriended an 18-year-old coworker named Cheryl Commesso. After a boating trip argument, Cheryl reported Sharon to social services for hiding income, costing Sharon her welfare checks. Enraged, Frank punched Cheryl outside the club. Soon after, Cheryl vanished. Her abandoned Corvette was found at an airport, but no evidence surfaced. Frank and Sharon quickly left town using aliases. They ended up in Tulsa, Oklahoma, where Sharon danced again. Frank was aggressive and unpleasant, once telling another dancer, "If she ever left me, I'd kill her." Sharon was planning to leave Frank for a new man, but never got the chance. She was found unconscious by a highway, apparently the victim of a hit and run. Frank claimed he was asleep. At the hospital, Sharon seemed to be recovering, but Frank banned her friends from visiting. 5 days later, she died. The doctor noticed old bruises on Sharon's body and ruled her death a homicide, saying the head injury may not have come from vehicle. Frank tried to claim an $80,000 life insurance policy he had taken out on Sharon months earlier. To claim the money, he had to provide his real name, Frank Delano Floyd. That was his first mistake. Frank had a criminal history stretching back to 1962, including abducting a 4-year-old girl, escaping a mental hospital, robbing a bank, and skipping bail. Before going on the run, Frank gave Sharon's son Michael to social services. Michael was placed with a loving foster family, but the boy was nonverbal and could only scream or moan. DNA testing later revealed Frank was not Michael's biological father. After serving 4 years in prison, Frank was released in 1994 and began stalking Michael. On September 12, 1994, Frank showed up at Michael's elementary school, pulled a gun on the principal James Davis, and kidnapped the boy. Frank was caught 2 months later, but Michael was never found. Frank refused to reveal his location, saying, "It's none of your business where he is." In 1995, skeletal remains were found in Florida, killed by a beating and 2 gunshots to the head. That same year, a mechanic bought a truck at auction and found 97 photographs inside, showing a woman beaten and bound. The truck had belonged to Frank Floyd. The photos matched the unidentified remains, which were identified as Cheryl Commesso. Frank was convicted of kidnapping Michael and later sentenced to death for Cheryl's murder. But the photos revealed something even darker: images of Frank assaulting a young girl, much older than the Cheryl photos. Investigators searched for the girl's identity. In 2014, the truth emerged. Sharon Marshall was not who she claimed to be. Her real name was Suzanne Sevakis. She was the daughter of Sandy Chipman, a woman Frank had married in the 1970s under an alias. When Sandy went to jail for 30 days, Frank took her 4 children and scattered them across social services. But he kept Suzanne, raising her as his own daughter, moving her across states, giving her aliases, and eventually marrying her. Frank Floyd had kidnapped Sharon as a child, raised her, assaulted her, married her, likely killed her, and then murdered her son. In 2014, Frank finally admitted to shooting Michael while on the run and hiding his body along Interstate 35, though searchers found nothing. Wild hogs may have consumed the remains. Frank has never been convicted of Sharon's murder, though most believe he is guilty. He remains on death row for killing Cheryl Commesso, refusing to ever talk about Sharon's death.